Hello everyone, welcome to our programming lectures. Let's continue with the functions concept. So in the previous lecture we have been discussed what is meant by a function and how to create a function in R programming, and how to call the function and how to pass the arguments within a function. Now let us understand the default parameter value. Suppose when we are creating a function within the function definition, so we have been passed a default parameter value as I have shown you in the example. So here the parameter that I have passed is country and the parameter value I have been passed is Norway. So when you are calling a function, if you don't give the parameter value or argument value, then it will take the default parameter value. Now let's understand with an example. So here I have been created a function. The function name is my underscore function with the function keyword, and the parameter I have been passed is country. So the value is also given, that is Norway. So I am using the wrapper function, paste wrapper function I am from, and retrieving the country value when it is calling the function. Let me execute this function creation. So when I am calling a function with the value I have given, so it is printing I am from Sweden. It is printing I am from India. I am calling the same function for multiple number of times. So in the third function calling, I have not passed any argument value. So but it will get the default value which is Norway. So whatever the default value that you have been given within the function definition, so when you are not passing the value within the calling of the function, then it will take the default value. Okay. So this is the way you can pass the default parameter value to the function. And the next one is the return function. The function always returns a result with the help of a return function. So let me tell you one example for return function. So here I am creating the function my underscore function with the keyword function, and here I have been passed a parameter x, and it is returning by using the return statement. Return is a keyword here. 5 into x. Whenever you are calling a function, you need to give the x value and it will be multiplied with 5 and it gives the returns the value. So let me create a function. Let me execute this. So I am calling the function. The value x value is 3. 5 into 3 is 15. I am calling the same function with x value is 5, getting 25. I am calling the same function with 9. 9 5s are 45. So return statement which is used to return a value. And the next one is the nested functions. A function within the function, we call it as a nested function, and in R programming the nested function will be created in a two ways. Calling a function with another function, this is the first way. Write a function within a function is the second way. So let me take one example to understand clearly. So here I am creating a nested function with the keyword function, and here I have been passed two parameters x comma y. So these are the function statements. A is equals to x plus y means it is going to combine x value and y value and returning the a value by using the return statement. So I am calling the nested function. So the first argument, instead of passing the first argument directly, I am using the nested function again. So when you are calling this nested function, 2 comma 2 means x value 2 and y value will be 2 taken, and 2 plus 2 the a value becomes 4, then it returns 4. So this particular statement will returns 4. And the second argument is 3 comma 3. 3 plus 3 means 6. So this particular function returns 6. So 4 value, this first parameter value is 4 and the second parameter value is 6. Again these values has been passed into the function, and 4 comma 6 then it returns a. So this is the way we have to create a nested function within the R program. Now let's execute this. See, you are getting the value is 10. I hope it is clear what is meant by a nested function. And one more thing is, the second one is creating a function within a function. So first you just observe the example. Here I have been created outer function. I have been passed one parameter, and this is inner function. I have been passed another parameter y, and adding these two values and returning as a. First, what I am doing is I am calling the inner function. Sorry, it is returning the inner function. Which one is returning the inner function? The outer function is returning the inner function. What a inner function is returning? The inner function is returning the a value, which is a combination of x plus y, but the outer function is returning the inner function value. So when I am calling the function, I am calling the outer function with the x value. So when I am calling the outer function, that particular value has been getting stored into the particular variable, that is output. So I am calling, whenever I am calling this particular output value, then it is taking the inner function value and both will be combined and it gives the result. So you just observe when you are calling this particular outer function, inner function, here it is calling the outer function with an x value, and now call the returned inner function with a y value. So here, so this particular statement is representing that it is calling the returned inner function with a y value. So this is another example to represent the nested function. The next concept is the recursion. Recursion is available in all the programming languages, and this is one more important concept. So a function is calling itself is called as a recursion. So it is a common mathematical concept, and the function calls itself is a recursion. You can loop through the data to reach a result. This is the benefit of recursion. So let me tell you one example to understand clearly about recursion. See here. So here I am creating a function that is recursion underscore factorial with the help of function keyword, and I have been passed one parameter, that is x. So here I have given a, so here I am, this program is representing that finding out a factorial of a number. So if x value is 0 or if x value is 1, then it returns 1. 0 factorial is 1 and 1 factorial is 1. That's why I am taking this particular statement. Otherwise, else block. So it is returning x into recursion underscore factorial of x minus 1. So this is the statement to get the factorial of a number. Means this is what we call it as recursion. I am calling the same function itself. That is what we call it as recursion. So let's execute this particular function, and I want to find out the factorial of an 5, then you get 120. So this is what we call it as recursion. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you everyone.